Is it looking all right? Can you see me? I can't see because I've got the phone turned around the other side. So I'm hoping I'm on frame. How are you? I'm Katie Gordon. I'm the founder of Dietless Living, and I'm the author of The Missing Link to Sustainable Weight Loss. Welcome to Monday afternoon in Brisbane, 4:30, and we are going to recap on what we talked about earlier at 1 o'clock today, the 5 steps to get the most out of where you are in life right here, right now. Bing, bang, bong. Get the most out of life. That's what we want. And there has probably not ever been a time in your life like this where you have been, you just find yourself in this situation. We have never had a pandemic in our life. I'm not sure how old you are, but I'm pretty sure this is our first pandemic. Meltdown, lockdown, shutdown, globally, worldwide. I think these are the same things. Anywho, so what we're on about now is we really want to find out what are the 5 steps to get you to get the most out of your life right now. So put your hand up if you're feeling adrift right now at the moment. Perhaps you're feeling 2 things. You're kind of feeling that joy and elation of woohoo, an unexpected holiday. Maybe you're working from home. Hopefully you're still employed and earning an income, because if not, that's always a worry. But maybe you're also thinking, I really want to take advantage of this time as well. I don't know how long it is. So you kind of got the 2 feelings going on. I want to have a sleep in and do some relaxation, but maybe I should be making the most of this time. Maybe you're thinking about, yes, I'm going to have a little break, and I want to then focus in and make the most out of this time, but time's whooshing past, as it does, because time flies when you're having fun. Or maybe you do want to make the most out of life right now, but you're just not sure how to do it. You're not sure how to get going. So this is the session for you. Thank you for joining in. I always applaud the people such as yourself who are just interested in investing in themselves and watching other people giving talks on YouTube or here on Facebook Lives, reading good books. There's so much information out there, so much motivational, inspirational, instructional information about how to pick yourself up and take off and get your life going. And I really applaud you for hopping on and watching me today, and I will give you my very best, promise to give you my very best about this topic. So what it is, what's usually holding someone back from getting the most out of life and just living it to the fullest is often, number 1, there's usually 3 things for a start, and number 1 is a lack of vision. It's a lack of vision about where they want to go, how they're going to get there, and what they're going to experience when they get there. If you don't have that vision sort of pulling you forward, it's easier to get a little bit derailed or not even get started for some people. So it's that lack of vision. Maybe it's lack of strategy. You might have the vision, but you're not sure about the strategy because you've got a skills and a knowledge gap, and you're not sure how to bridge those 2 gaps so that you can get to your dream, to your vision, to your goal, to your ambition. And without that clarity of vision, that clarity of strategy, we tend to be like a rudderless ship bobbing around in the ocean of time. So that's number 1. Number 2 is either weak or non-existent routines, structures or schedules to do the things you need to do to get from here to there. If you don't have a strong routine, a strong structure and a strong schedule, it's easy to get knocked off course. It's the strength of your schedules and routine that determine how diligent you are in applying yourself in those to that schedule. It's like 5 o'clock on Tuesdays, I sit down and I write 4 pages for your book, or I sit down and write I just spend 4 hours on my business plan, or my whatever part of your business you're in, or whatever the thing is that you're doing. It might be a health dream. You know, I exercise at these times every week. If you haven't got strong routines and strong schedules, you do get knocked off course. So that's number 2, not having strength in your routines and schedules. And number 3 is a lack of success strategies. We need to have success strategies, because I've talked about in other videos that, you know, what we have for learn about coping skills you can fit into a matchbox, but also equally what we've learned about success strategies and how to get ourselves over the bumps of life, other than our coping strategies is about the same. Fit them in a matchbox. So we need success strategies because to create change, to get to a bigger vision, well, we can't be the same person we are here. We have to actually change into a different person to get to there. Because if we could get to there as the same person we are, we'd most likely already be there. Makes sense, doesn't it? And that's the value of a big dream, of a big vision, is the person that we have to become to get to there. It's about our personal evolution. It's not about the thing or place or whatever, and we've talked about that in another video about what actually your vision should be. It's actually about who we have to evolve to be to get to there. I could tell you stories about how I've had to evolve myself. I tell you, not that very long ago, I would not have gotten up and stood here and been chatty to you, not in any way, shape or form, let alone with such excitement and enthusiasm. It's the personal evolution about who you have to become that is the joy of having a big vision. So it's when we don't have that success strategies that we end up getting bogged down in procrastination, that we sometimes fall off the wagon of persistence and consistency, and they are 2 key things we need to achieve those goals and dreams. And the sneaky number 4 one that pops in here and stops us from actually achieving those visions, if we have one, is if it's not fun, we don't tend to do it. It's got to be fun. Getting to a big vision, there's got to be as much fun in embracing change as there can possibly be, because it's fun. It's the fun in things that makes us want to do it. If everything's serious, we're not going to do it. So number 4, get in there and have some fun. If you're not having fun, you're not going to get there. So failure to get the results that we want in life comes with the old woulda, shoulda, coulda, didn't regrets of life, because we didn't have the vision, we didn't have the strong routines and structures, and we didn't have the success strategies, and we forgot to add in fun. But we're here today to tell you the 5 things that you can do to get that most out of life right now. Confucius said that a man who does not think and plan long term will have trouble knocking on his door, and he's 100% correct. We've got to have that long-term plan. Taking it day by day is good, being in the present moment. Eckhart Tolle will tell you that, and I'm sure Confucius actually said the same thing. Be present, but you've got to have a plan. You've got to have a direction that you're heading. So So now is the time to reevaluate. Just look at everything, reevaluate where you're at, reset it, reignite it, get that match lit up underneath and reignite that. Because you know why this is the best time? Do you know why this is the best time? Do you know a cow, right? Cow paths. We've lost all our cow paths. Do you know what a cow path? I go off on these little things because a cow path is the best way to explain why this is the best time ever. See, a cow, they just go through the paddock. They've got all this paddock, just acres and acres and acres and acres of paddock, but they go the same way all the time. They've got this well-worn path to the dairy, the well-worn path to the water trough, the well-worn path to the molasses thingamajiggy, the well-worn path to the hay, and the little well-worn path over to their shady favourite tree. And that's it. And humans are the same. We have a cow path. We like to just go to the same, we go to the same place, we go to work, we go to the same shops, we drop the kids off at school, we go to our social events, we take the kids to the extracurricular activities. We have these cow paths that we do, and when we think about doing change, we go, oh, can't, it's too hard. I've got all these routines out here. I've got all these cow paths. I have to walk every day. I just can't fit anything else in. I don't know what to let go. Glory be. The universe has made everybody let go of all of their cow paths. So now is the best time, because with great change comes the opportunity for great changes to be made. Ones that you choose. So let's talk about the 5 steps to get the most out of life right now, and it all comes down to the 5 steps of personal leadership, because it's about how you lead you through any moment in life. And these moments are some of the big ones, right? These are some of the big moments, and this is where you get to pull on your Wonder Woman outfit or your Superman outfit and lead yourself through whatever quagmire you might be facing. Some people, it's not going to be that hard. For some other people, there's a lot of things to navigate. Mostly an internal way that we feel about things. But let's go through the 5 things. So the 5 things is, number 1, get that vision going. Get that vision of what it is that you want, why you want it, and how you're going to feel when you get there. Because if you can feel how you're going to feel when you get there, then you're kind of inspiring yourself every day, because you're going for the feeling. You know, a kid who's going to school goes, oh, I'm getting up and going to school today, yay. But a kid who's getting up and going on school camp, woohoo, they're out of bed, they've got their back on and they're at the door ready to go, and you know, mum and dad are still kind of, oh, yawn, blink. That's the difference, right? So when you feel, when you know how you're going to feel when you reach that vision, that's the gold. That's the gold moment and the thing to hang on to. So you need that vision. You need to make a mud map of where to go. We did this in a previous video a couple of Fridays ago, I think, where I talked about having that bigger vision of your life. In fact, I'm going to write vision on the board because I'm forgetting. So I want you to know, I want you to remember. So number 1 is your vision. And it's having that big vision of life. It's the big visions that pull you forward. It's knowing what it is you want, and then make the mud map. It's just a mud map. Life changes so much. Nothing's ever a map set in stone. So just a mud map, but you've got to have a mud map of where you want to go. And then you break it down to the first steps of how to get there. And then you focus on the first steps. And as life changes, then you change your mud map. But don't make a big, hard and fast map, because it just doesn't work. You've got to have flexibility built in there. That's a thing we talk about on another day. But the vision, big vision, mud map, wobbly board, mud map, and then the steps to get there. Oh, I'm a good drawer. Not so much. So that's number one. Number two is those routines, structures and schedules that I talked about before. If you had weak one, no go. But number two, get some strong ones. And have two routines, structures, schedules. When you've got a routine about achieving the thing that you're going to achieve, whatever it is, whatever these steps are to get to your vision, and you factor in a routine, structures and schedules to get to those. Oh, sounds like my phone's ringing. I hope you can still hear me because I think it goes a bit weak when it does that. Routines, structures and schedules are so important because they're the times and the things that drive you forward. I mean, ringing, the phone's ringing. I think that's the future calling you. Come on down. I'm ready to go and I'm waiting for you. And it's waiting for you to make your routine. So a writer, I go back to the writer because I recently watched a thing about a writer. And what he says about, if you're going to be a writer, you don't wait for inspiration to come. Right, that's not how writing happens for the majority of bestsellers. They sit down and they go, every morning at 6 o'clock, I'm going to write 500 words. Or every afternoon at 4 p.m., I'm just going to sit down and write for 3 hours. And if they don't feel inspired, it's not like they go, I'll go do the washing. If they don't feel inspired, they sit there in front of their computer and they just write. Because it's in the act of writing that inspiration sometimes comes. So you've got to make a routine. You've got to make a schedule, put it in your diary and do it. And it's the other schedules as well. It's about being able to schedule the rest of the things in your life so that it makes time for that, right? If we don't schedule, if we don't plan and organise things, it gets a bit chaotic. We don't like chaos. Chaos is a derailer, really, for most people. So that's number two. Number three is stick to your routines. Sorry, I've got it written up over there so I can see. It's because I forget. I get so excited about talking to you. It's, there's a bug. Say it. Do it. Oh, there's a little bug there. And repeat. Oh, I'm good at writing. Say it. Do it, repeat it. Do that routine. Stick to your chosen routine. Say what you're going to do. Let everyone know, because if they don't know, they're going to come in with their own agendas. Say it, do it, rinse and repeat. That's number three. Number four. Fill in your skills gap. That's those success strategies. The success strategies I talked about earlier, they are your skills gap. You need success strategies to be able to continuously change your thoughts, change your feelings and change your behaviours, because as I said, you can't get from here to there if you're the same person. You have to change, and so you have to constantly be aware of what you're doing, and aware in a wondering way. Is this what I'm doing? Is this going to get me to where I want to go? If so, excellent. How can I accelerate that? And if not, how can I change that? What do I need to do to change? How's that going to happen? And that's what you need success strategies for. You also need to know if you have an actual skills and knowledge gap about how to get there. Do you need to go and learn an activity? Do you need to go to college? Do you need to go to university? Do you need to read books? Do you need to hire somebody? What do you need? Is it skills and knowledge that you need to find out for yourself, or is it skills and knowledge you can outsource and get someone else to help you with? So that's number 4. And number 5 is review daily. Review daily. Daily is the key. Even if your schedule has only got one slot in it to do work on your project in any 1 week, because you're busy with so many other things, you still need to review daily how you're heading towards that, because every day you should be thinking about what you're doing to make sure that all the activities during the week aren't banking up and going to impact that one day of the week where you've decided to put aside time to do your writing, or time to write your business plan, or time to learn that new skill, or time to whatever it is. If you're not reviewing daily where you're at, then you're likely to get to Saturday at lunchtime when you're supposed to be sitting down to write and go, can't do it, I've got things that are backed up through the week. So number 5 is review daily. If we don't review, we don't get to measure it. And if we don't measure it, we can't improve it. What gets measured gets improved. That's the theory of life. Metrics. I love the word metrics. Get blue. Because review it is your metrics. Find out how you're doing on any given day on achieving the things that are on your schedule. Check how you're going. Now, it all sounds really like a lot of work and not very much fun at all. But scheduling things in is equally about scheduling in time to rest, time to daydream, time to have fun. I'd say time to socialise, but we're not really doing a lot of that at the moment. But you can socialise online. The amount of Zoom coffee things at the moment that are going on are fantastic. Like, I have better fun on the Zoom coffee than I do sometimes at the actual coffees, because everyone's there and you can see each other. Normally if you go to a coffee thing with 20 women, you're just talking to the person beside you. But on a Zoom, you're all talking, and there's people at home doing the dishes and playing with kids. It's quite interactive and quite entertaining. So review and metrics is to see how your routines are going, and do you need to swap it up? Do you need to change it out? Do you need to find a new place to do it? Do you need to do you need to change? Routines are flexible things. They're meant to be molded and changed, but once you find the slot where that goes, that's the thing you do. That's the time you do it. We worked out the routine for cleaning our teeth is morning and night. That's the time we do it. We worked out for some people it's showering in the morning, for others it's showering at night, for others it's showering 3 times a day. Whatever it is, when you find the routine that works, lock it in and just do it. Just make it an unconscious and learned behaviour. So just to recap on the 5 steps you need to get the most out of where you are right now, is have your vision. Get your vision clear in your mind, where you're going, how you're going to get there, why you want to get there, and what you're going to feel when you get there. Identify the routine structures and schedules that you need. Up here you got to make a mud map and work out your first steps, because not having the steps is where procrastination starts. If we don't know what to do, if we go, I've got this big dream, I even know what the big steps are, but I don't know how to get going, that's procrastination. The minute we feel we don't know what to do, so you've got to just keep breaking it back to little step, little step. The littlest step Like, honestly, the littlest step is the way to break through to procrastination. What's an example? People go, oh, I've got this big health dream I want to have. You know, I want to run 3 times a day, and I want to do weights, and I want to do this, and I want to look like this, and I want to have this. And by the way, looking like something and having a number on a scale is not a vision. It's not a vision. It's going to let you down every time. That one, you'll put pressure on it and it will give in. But what people do is they go, oh, I want to do all this great stuff, and then they go to sort of get going, and it's 5 a.m, it's cold outside, no, maybe I don't, because they see the big picture of them running the streets in cold temperatures in the dark, because it's going to be winter soon here, so, and they don't. But if they break it back to the little step, the first little step is lift the covers off and get out of bed. Second step is actually get up from the bed. You know, then the next step is go and put your kit on. And the next step is put your shoes on. And I tell you a really handy little trick for doing things that you sort of don't want to do, because there's a part of your brain going, don't bother, it's alright, stay in bed. Is just say, okay, I'm not going to go for the run, but I do just want to get up. I'll get up anyway. So you sort of start to trick yourself a bit, and then it's, well, I'm up, how about I'm just going to put my shoes on, don't worry, we're not running out the door, I'm just going to put my shoes on. And then you put your shoes on, you go, well, I've got my shoes on, we might as well go outside, don't worry, we're not going to run, it's okay. And then you go outside and it's peeing down rain, and you go, it's alright, we're not going to go out in the rain, we're just going to shimmy aside here. And then you just edge yourself out. And that's the same for anything. Little steps is the way to suddenly achieving big things. Did you actually hear about the Tour de France team? I can't remember how long ago it is. I think it might be quite a while. But they improved by 1% on every little thing. They were like the worst team, you know, they never came anywhere. And their coaches improved everything by 1%. They improved their equipment, each part of their equipment by 1%. They improved the wind resistance of clothes and breathability by clothes by 1%. They were just focused on 1%. They improved their training by 1%. They improved their sleeping by improving their pillows, just by 1%. And that 1% collectively over every area turned that team into a winning team. So the 1%, that little trick about 1% to reach your vision, you can do it. 1% on your routines, 1% on your structures, 1% on your schedules. Just 1%. I say it, do it, repeat. And 1% on filling in the skills gaps that you have, and then measuring it daily, review daily. So very important, because it's the acknowledgement of the challenges that you have that you will get in your daily review. And it's that acknowledgement of challenges. And you know, challenges aren't about what's happening outside. Challenges are about how you feel about what's happening outside of you. It's how you feel. So you've got to review daily. What are your challenges? How are you feeling about it? How are you going to plan to succeed? Who can you ask for help? And remember to have the fun, right? If you can be curious enough to find the fun in amongst the, well, frankly, shit, you're going to be on a winning streak, because fun is what will pull you forward. It's the personal leadership, the way you lead you through the hard times, through the easy times, through the challenges, through the obstacles, through the detours. That's the key to life. Personal leadership. Because in times of crisis, we don't want hope. Hope is not a strategy. it's not going to get you anywhere. What you want is leadership. You want to know that you can lead you through anything, through the good times, the bad times, the sad times, the mad times, the what else rhymes with that, anything you like. It's the personal leadership. Keep an eye out on Facebook for the Dietless Living words of the day. I've got a collection of everything from A to Z of all the best words that describe you, because I know that you are a champion, I know that you are dedicated, and I know that you are successful and can achieve whatever you want. And the words of the day are to remind you just how fabulous you are. So remember to tune in to these broadcasts. They're every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 1 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. unless something's going on. We'll see. Friday's Good Friday. I'm planning to still be here at 1 and 4:30. Most of you are going to be home still because we're not traveling. I think this will be the weirdest Good Friday ever, where all the arterials and highways will be clear. Never has that happened in the history of my life, I don't think. So remember to join in for the broadcast. Remember please to share the broadcast if you feel that it was a good message and helpful, and that you thought it will be useful to your friends or your family. And just keep an eye out for those posts, please. And I will see you on another day. Well, on another day, I will see you on Wednesday. Please leave me a comment if you've got any questions, comments, concerns, any thoughts, anything at all. I'd love to hear from you. I've got my phone turned around because if it's on the selfie screen, you can't read this. It's all back to front, so I can't see you if you're there. If you are, bless you. I know that you're the kind of person that invests in yourself because you've taken the time out of your afternoon to invest, to be here and listen. So I applaud you for doing that, because you're in the 1%, right? You're the 1% of people who are 1% improving themselves 1% of every day of their life, making compounding interest over time, which means you get a massive change just because you're here, you're doing stuff. I'm sure you're reading books, I'm sure you're tuned into all kinds of motivational speakers, and I really do applaud you, because you're going to succeed at whatever it is that you're attempting to do, whatever it is that you are focused on doing. Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon and a beautiful evening. I'm just looking at the sun. Do you want to see what's outside? Look. Look. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? That sunshine? That is amazing. Hello Lisa, hello Darren, hello Lindsay, over there in Northamptonshire. Oh my goodness, hello Kay, I've turned you all around now. Look at that, that is fantastic out there, isn't it? You just saw my messy room, and now I don't know where you are because I can't see you. Have a great afternoon. Thank you again for watching. Mwah. I love you all. See you Wednesday. Take care, have fun. Go for gold, go for the brass ring, just have fun and enjoy life. Bye for now.